A good woman can make a man get it right. Let me tell you why I ended up getting divorced after 18 years. Let me tell you why. Because I had so much power that I literally told this man for 18 years, I don't need no man. I woke up one day and didn't have one. I was like, what happened? I said, God, get him. God said, I'm about to get you. Because until you get to a place, Kimberly, where you can realize the power that you possess as a mother and a woman, how your words can create life or death. Well, you don't understand, Pastor Kim. My husband, he won't be the man. Maybe take the pants off and let him put them on. And you walk in that house every day. Good morning, gorgeous. Did you take the trash out? You ain't got to tell that man to take the trash out. We women have so much power that instead of nagging, all we got to do is use our words wisely. The next time he comes in the kitchen on a Tuesday and you hear that trash can truck coming, beep, 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 he don't hear it. He's just standing in there rocking his lazy boy, and you get madder by the minute. All a woman has to do is walk up in there. Baby, you are the sexiest trash can taker outer I ever seen in my life. That man is running to take that trash out. Why? Because a woman carries the blooming effect. And that's why the enemy wants to distort us and make us bitter, make us feel like nobody can love us, make us feel like we're damaged goods. But today, I'm challenging every woman in this room and every woman online to fix your crown. Fix your crown, because you bad.
I just wanted to come on here and tell you girls that your man is someone else's ideal man. You might think that your man might not be able to get anyone better than you. But I'm sorry to tell you, they could. They might not know it, but they could. We like to complain about our husbands, that they're not doing enough, that they're lazy, that they need to take you out more, that they're just annoying. But trust me, to another woman, your husband might be the best, most amazing thing ever. Like, literally what they've been waiting for their whole life. We literally say the same thing for women. Like, another man would love to have us, right? Another man would see us differently than our husbands. It goes the same way with our husbands, okay? So, if you really think that your husband cannot go out there and find someone better, let me tell you, they could. And they would. So if you have a good man at home, take care of your man. Take care of your man, okay? And stop complaining all the time, because again, they might be exactly what someone else is waiting for, okay? The man of their dreams might be your husband.
I want a husband. Listen, you're not ready. If you right now if a man met you right now, where you at? Are you ready? Because I'm telling you, from a woman that has been a wife, it's not easy. It's not easy being a wife. It's not easy at all. You're running an entire organization right in your home. I'm just, listen, nobody want to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it. Being a wife is not for the weak. It is for the strong and the healed and the patient. And baby, back then, I wasn't any of those things. So I'm just going to keep it real. Because I wanted to be a wife so bad, but I didn't think about everything that it really took to be a wife. It takes a lot of submitting and a lot of forgiving and a lot of shutting the fuck up back then. And I wasn't really ready to do that. I wasn't. Because I had a quick mouth, I had a quick temper, and when I get fed up with some shit, everything stops. I stop cooking, I stop cleaning, and I stop fucking. And I'm telling you, as a wife, that's something that you should never stop doing. No matter what's going on in your home, you gotta still cook, you still gotta clean, and you still gotta give them some ass from time to time. You ever gave up some ass while you was mad? It get good at the end of it. But that's not the point. Kendra, focus. You're not ready for a husband. You need to be prepared to be long-suffering, and forgiving, and accountable for your actions. Until you cross off those T's and dot the motherfucking I's, stay single. You're praying for something and you don't even know what you're walking into, baby.
And she said something there. When I get done, when I get fed up, I have a slick mouth, I can start talking, I'm going to shut all this down. And men know this about modern women. That's why they stay single. That's why they walk away from marriage, because they know at some point in time, at a 70 to 90% clip, you're going to say, oh man, well, I ain't going to take this. I can really, and then fool around and mess everything up based off of your feelings. So why would I even take that risk if you can't control your emotions, if you can't get on the same page as me?
So, Auntie, let me ask you this one question.
Good music, baby.
You know how you old, right? And
I
I'm
ain't
young,
old, girl.
and you know how I'm young or whatever. So how do you keep your man? Because I like to be outside. I ain't even gonna lie. I love to be
Let me
outside
tell
with
you
my
what
friends.
you gotta listen to them.
Okay.
Men are simple. Men are very simple. Bring the phone closer. Can they hear me?
They can hear you.
Men are very simple, okay? Men just want to feel respected, appreciated, and most importantly, they want to be loved, you know? But respected and appreciated and valued, you know? It's not much for those men. And you got to make them feel appreciated, because that's what keep them coming. Don't go in trying to be Miss Independent. Oh, I got this. If he say you're hungry, say, yes, baby, I'm hungry. The little things he want to do, let him do it, you know? Even if you got your own, never tell him what you got in your pocketbook now. Never tell him what you got in your pocketbook. Because it's going to keep the money coming. But you got to listen to him. It's not so much about cooking and cleaning, because, you know, anybody can cook and clean. You got to go ahead and you got to love them, okay? And you got to give them some of that now. God gave you that to give it to them. You got to give it to them. You can't control what they do. Don't lose your mind about that. See, Charles, I worry about what go on in our house, okay? I worry about what go on in our house. I'm not worried about what Charles doing, because when he ain't at work, he with me. So whatever he choose to do, I don't know, and it ain't my business. My bills paid and I'm taken care of. I'll always run Charles water. I always have his thing. I cook his favorite meals. I cook his meals that his mom used to like sometimes, but I like to cook what he likes now, you know?
Right.
I have his TV ready for him, you know? I don't give him no problem. I don't give him no fuss. Only time I give him some fuss is when he can't give me what I need down there, and I pout for a little bit and take it away from him, because I need that, you know? Don't let this age fool you. And I want to tell y'all young folks this, you know, it's okay to be the baddest and fun, but you got to get somebody that love you for you. Because one day you're going to get older. And when you get older, you're not going to care about all that stuff. So if you're out there running around crazy, get you a man that love you, that respects you, and treat you good. But you got to make sure he feels loved, appreciated, and valued and respected, okay? Okay. Because that's how you keep him coming back. And that's how you keep a man. But you got to fuck him and feed him.
I know that's right. Okay. So I'm going to make that a mental note, Auntie.
Yeah, go right. It ain't too much. I can give you more pointers, but that's all I can think of right now.
Most niggas are criminals because women love criminals.
Oh, whoa. What?
Listen, let me tell you something.
Most men are criminals.
No, hear me out. Here's the cycle that our culture does. And you don't want to hear it, but it's the truth.
The girls like the bad guys.
They like the bad guys. They have babies with the bad guys.
Yeah.
The bad guys turn into terrible baby daddies. Then they get the good guys who wanted them when they was the shit to come be stepdaddies, and they celebrate him in society. He's the bonus father. He's the great man. You didn't want him when you was 19.
You know when she wants to be a good
You didn't want him
woman?
when he was 21. You didn't want him because he was lame. You didn't want him because he was lame. Women like cool. Thug and Mariah.
Okay, Thug
that
and
is
Mariah.
a true Atlanta story.
Okay,
Mariah is a beautiful girl,
educated girl.
Father is one of the most legendary coaches. He has a statue. I heard.
I didn't know that.
She comes from a great everything.
Two-parent household.
But you still end up with a street guy. Women want to feel protected, and street guys make you feel protected.
You call the police. Call the police. Such a
Ladies, if your man have to ask you for it, You already in last place. You are no longer doing your job. Okay, y'all gonna get enough of trying to use you know what as a reward or a punishment. If he has to ask for it, you're in trouble. You're already in last place. Even if you mad, girl, y'all don't understand. Y'all can benefit more by just half the time that's how you get them to shut up. Half the time that's how you get them out of a bad mood. Like, I'm starting to understand that y'all just want to be stressed out. There is an easy way to deal with everything. Everything. There's an easier way.
If a man takes a woman out to eat, do you feel him spending his money on that good time, the woman should reciprocate, not necessarily a dinner, but something in return for him? Like what?
Energy, time.
But he gave his
presence.
he gave his time, energy, and presence to you.
Yeah, but he wanted me to give. He wanted my time.
But okay, so you didn't want to go on that date.
If he asked me out on a date, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna give him my time.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. So what you're saying is, a man should not ask a woman on a date. He should wait for her to ask.
That's not what I said.
The reason I say that is because you didn't want to be there. You don't want to reciprocate. You feel like
I did want to be there. I said yes.
You just said your presence is reciprocal to the money he's spending. Even though his time, his energy, he's giving you that. You giving him time and energy, but that's not equal. Is that equal?
It is.
Okay. Listen.
We're both
listen. Let me land. All right. So he brings his time and energy. Okay. You bring your time and energy. Okay. It's equal. Now he brings the money that he paid for. Now what do you bring?
Myself.
Okay. You bring yourself. He brings himself.
Okay.
So, okay. Now that's equal except for the part of the money that he spent. So what are you doing in reciprocation to the money part?
Just being there.
No, but he's just being there.
He wanted me to be there with him. So you
don't want him to be there. I'm asking you a question.
I mean, he don't gotta be there.
So that's all I'm saying is, you see that women do not value a man's time and energy because they feel like they bring their time and energy and you should bring some money, which means they discount your time and energy as if it's not even there. You're discounting the value of him.
I'm not, though.
If you weren't, you would say, okay, well, I'm going to reciprocate because everything is balanced. His time and energy, your time and energy. Himself, yourself. His money, what do you bring?
If you understood balance, then you wouldn't be asking me that question. Because
how?
a woman and a man, that's yin and yang. That's the balance right there.
Okay, I hear what you're saying.
If you knew a woman, the balance that a woman brings in your life, then you would know the value that a woman brings.
Tell me if what she's saying is making sense. Listen, he brings himself, you bring yourself. That's equal, right?
Okay.
Then he brings some money. You can't bring yourself again. We already did you. So what are you bringing to reciprocate for the money he's bringing is what I'm asking.
I said it already.
Yourself.
Yeah.
So which means if you're saying yourself, then what you're saying is you are more valuable than him. Him coming and you coming is not the same. You bring more value.
If somebody wants my time.
You talking in circles, you see. No,
I'm not.
You talking in circles. Trying to tell these dudes something that what you're pretty much saying is these women don't value you like that. They believe they're more valuable than you. It's that simple. I don't feel like she's more valuable than me.
Instead of sitting back and saying, let me think about that, she's still trying to explain, well, if you knew, then you would know. Because a man has to tell you outright, this is my value. What is yours? Y'all are clear and strict on what a man needs to be bringing to the table. Let's get clear and strict on what you need to be doing.
When you go outside and you deal with your homeboys and stuff like that, the reason why it's so fun and enjoyable to you is because they're not asking follow-up questions. They're not saying, hey, bro, are you good? Like, let's talk about it. Like, let's dissect this. Like, they're not doing that. So of course that's more fun to you because you don't have to actually deal with any of the stuff that you are struggling with. You're a runner, you're a track star. That's what you're doing. You just want to run away when it gets hard.
It's not that our boys don't ask follow-up questions per se. I think it's that our boys don't judge us for what we bring to them, right? Or take it personal, what we bring to them. I think oftentimes women in relationships forget who the man is that is talking to them when we bring up these grievances, right? So if I bring up, hypothetically speaking, if I bring up a grievance in which you're the culprit, most women are going to take that personal and they're going to get very, very, very defensive.
Maybe.
You understand? Instead of understanding the source, understanding where it's coming from. This is not a stranger on the street that's telling you what you need to fix. This is not somebody that you just met one time at the job, a coworker or whatever, telling you what you need to work on. This is the man that loves you more than anything in this world. This is the man that's taking care of you. This is the man that's showing up for your son or showing up for your daughter or, helping your mom out when she need this or your grandma out when she need that. This is that man, right? But instead of you processing it that way, that this is somebody that loves me, that's saying these things, you process it as if I'm somebody that's trying to attack you, right? And with our friends, that's not what we're getting.
My man wake me up at 4:21 a.m. and tell me he's hungry. He wants some steak and mashed potatoes made from scratch. Homemade mashed potatoes, I'ma do it. With a smile on my motherfucking face. Cause he pay those bills. Yeah. He don't gotta ask for it, baby. He gets that on the regular. That ain't nothing to him. Cause he know he getting it on the regular. He ain't gonna get no attitude, no back talk from me. No, sir.
Single women own more homes in the United States than single men. So? They make these big, bold, divisive statements like the reason why don't matter. First of all, there are more single women than single men. So yeah, there should be more single women homeowners. Secondly, men don't give a fuck. We minimalists. We'll get a little bachelor pad, little condo. We don't care about buying a house. Most men buy houses because they women want a house. We don't buy it just for us. Fuck we need all that space for. A lot of these chicks be divorced. Got a sugar daddy. When we buy a house, we buy with our money. A lot of y'all ain't gonna do nothing but move a nigga up in there anyway. At the end of the day, the only reason single women got more houses than single men, because we don't want no fucking house. We don't care about no house. We cool with a condo, nice car, small crib that we can maintain. Y'all want all that extra space to overcompensate for not having a man at home. Respectfully, this shit is not a flex.
I'm so tired of black women and their attitudes and us just having to overlook it and ignore it and just act like it's commonplace. It's not. It doesn't make any sense for you to wake up every morning and just be pissed off at the world, at people you don't even know. I'm not saying every black woman has an attitude, but I am saying if you meet a woman out in the world and you don't know her, never said anything to her, never seen her a day in your life, and she has an attitude, it's going to be a black woman that does that. I'm not talking about Karens. Karens have interacted with someone and they feel like they've been wronged. Whether they really have or not is beside the point. A black woman could be a cashier at Target and you walk up and she got an attitude. You just put your stuff on the conveyor belt and she got an attitude. So that's not the same as a Karen. I'm talking about an unsolicited, unwarranted, unjustified attitude is going to come from a black woman. Not all black women, but if you get it, she going to be black. I pretty much guarantee that. What y'all so angry about? What are you so mad about? What are you so ready to fight about? Then y'all say it's hard being a black woman. Well, in case you haven't noticed, I'm a black woman too. And no, it's not hard. Not just being a black woman, existing as a black woman is not hard. But y'all meeting the world with anger and animosity. Maybe that's why you getting that back. Maybe that's why you feel like the world is beating you up. I meet the world with kindness and smiles and grace. And you know what I get back? Just that. I'm so sick of y'all attitudes. And it's usually when I'm the customer and you are representing the company, you're working. It ain't my business to set a friendly tone here, but I'll do it. I'll do it. But can you at least meet me? If it was left up to me, y'all just wouldn't have no husband or no job.
No, we need to talk about how if a man is trying to push you to improve, that is not an attack. That's love. He's warning you. He's giving you an opportunity to fix some shit before he leave your ass.
So this is my no BS advice for all you men who want to get married one day. A lot of you know that I went through a painful divorce a couple years ago, and if I were to turn back time, these are the 3 things I would tell my younger self. 1, make sure she doesn't have a long history of daddy issues. If she has unhealed childhood wounds, it's not your responsibility to fix them. You're not her therapist. You're not her savior. She needs to learn to love herself first before she can love you. 2, find a woman that has the same values and can handle the boring stuff. If she isn't supportive or encouraging and can't do the everyday mundane things now, there's no way she'll do it later. Find someone that can be your biggest cheerleader and can find joy in every season in life. It'll make your marriage much easier. 3, get a prenup. You might think that your love and relationship is everlasting, but the truth is half of marriages end up in divorce. And if she decides to cheat on you, she can take half of your assets. That's how backwards the US system is, and I learned this the hard way myself. Now, because I said all this doesn't mean that I don't believe in love anymore. I'm still a romantic and I'm happily dating someone right now. But gentlemen, before you get married, I strongly advise you to protect your purpose, peace, and pocket. Good luck. I love you guys.
You know, happy wife, happy life, that's some BS in a lot of situations. Suppose this woman is happy because her man ain't happy. Because she's getting her way, he's doing everything he can within his power to make things good in the relationship. You know, doing his part. Doing his best to lead, and he might not be perfect, but he's doing his best. And as long as she knows that, she's happy. But many of these men aren't happy themselves. Why? Because some of these women aren't doing their best. They think the sacrifice is only supposed to come at the cost of the man. He should lead. He should do all the hard stuff. He should give in all the time. Just make her happy. Because if she mad, the whole house mad. The hell? He gotta be nice at that time of the month. He gotta be nice when she had a hard day at work. He needs to listen to her when she's going through silly stuff with her friends or her family members. When she mess up the money, he gotta, fix it. She mess up the car, he gotta make sure it get fixed. She breaks something in the house, he gotta replace it. One of the kids hurt her feelings, he gotta do the discipline. The neighbor getting on her nerves, he need to handle it. She wanna up and quit her job, he needs to be supportive and just tiptoe around it. I got it, baby. Ugh. But some of these women don't appreciate that kind of stuff. Therefore, some of them don't even deserve it because they only want to shop till they drop, get told they look good when they don't. And God forbid, don't ask her to wear some lip gloss. Don't ask her to put on something cute today because you want to take her out because she gonna take it the wrong way. And don't tell her the truth when she asks you how she look in a certain type of outfit that she knows is not for her body type. Even though as a man, being visual and wanting to see his woman look nice, he can't stand the way it looks on her. Now, some of this may be to the extreme, but a lot of it's the truth. But you get what I'm saying, right? Sometimes that man need to be lied to, too. Tell him it's gonna be all right, even if you think it ain't. When he's had a hard day at work, let him know it's gonna get better. Put some money aside and surprise him. Take him on a date. On you, of course. And then give him some. Get up Saturday morning and take his car to the car wash. Pick up some breakfast on the way back if you didn't cook. Get that man a remote. Massage his feet for no reason at all. Or massage something else. Just 'cause he likes it. I guess what I'm trying to say is, it's happy spouse, happy house. Or if you're not married, happy you, happy him. Makes a happy us. Let's just stop spreading this happy wife, happy life, or happy girlfriend, happy whatever you can say to that. Because if you both ain't happy, is it really gonna last? Okay, I'm done. I love you. Be well.
Okay, so my husband made me bawl the other night. Do you wanna know what he said to me? Quit your job. Quit my job? Quit your job. I said, what do you mean by that? I'm already having like a mental breakdown that night. I was exhausted, telling him that there is not enough time in the day to be a work wife as well as a housewife. And I want to take care of him, take care of the house, just all the emotions. Baby, quit your job. I want you to be happy because your happiness means the world to me. I was looking at our finances and I was planning on a time to tell you this. You can be a stay-at-home wife. And while you're at it, go ahead and join a little Pilates studio like you've been wanting. Go hang out with the girls on the weekends, farmer's market. You always wanted to put on a cute little sundress, have a cute little basket, go around, get some iced coffee, go around to the tents in St. Pete at the farmer's markets. Go buy yourself some flowers. You know what I did? I bought myself flowers. He made me a stay-at-home wife. What? It's been over 1.5 years since I've gotten my nails done because getting married, moving down here, being super frugal with everything, I stopped getting my hair done. This man told me to go get my nails done. He told me to go make a hair appointment. He said, baby, you always took care of us while we were dating and engaged. Now it is my turn to take care of you, and that genuinely gives me pride. This whole weekend we were at a wedding in Mexico, him telling all of our friends how much pride he has that he gets to make me a stay-at-home wife, wearing his little hat that says provider on it. I got promoted to the ultimate pink job, and I finally get to be a stay-at-home wife. And baby, let me tell you, that night, I checked my natural cycles, praying that it was a red day. I want this man's babies. I want this man's babies.
What a concept. You pour into me, you invest into me, you invest into us, actually. Now, you gave me a little space to do my thing. I can do my thing for the both of us. Let me take it. I think that most men are like that. Hey, let me take it. Let me get it. But modern women don't understand that. They'll be all up in a man's way, trying to figure out what to do, trying to figure out how to do it. The man be like, man, I can take it. Oh, well, you just did it. I can take it. Oh, well, I need to go and do it. I got it. You in the way. Why ain't you leading? Because you in the way.
Listen, I'm not the girl that's gonna get around her friends and start disrespecting my man. I don't know why you bitches get around your friends and start moving like y'all single, trying to impress these bitches. And then when you don't have no man, right? And let me tell you something, everything in life is not about a man. But think about it. You chilling with a whole bunch of females who 9 times out of 10 don't have no nigga. So why the fuck would you show off for people that have nothing that you guys can relate to? Make it make fucking sense. I get it. Everything in life is not about a man, but at the end of the day, you gotta surround yourself with people that can teach you something, that y'all on the same fucking vibrations. A lot of times I always see it be like a group of females and maybe two out of the 5 and the rest of them is out in the world doing some weird shit. I will never step out on my divine other half to prove to a fucking bitch that's single, that's going home, fronting on the gram like she's happy and she's free, right? And saying that she's single by choice. When deep down inside, I know that it's a problem. It's a problem. Y'all bitches be lying. And then y'all get mad at the bitches who recognize a man's value and call them pick-me's. Why? Every post I ever put on my page about this, y'all bitches in the comments saying I'm a pick-me. How am I? Because I didn't use my past trauma to sit there and drag men, and the good men at that, for some shit that they don't got nothing to do with. This is my life. I run the show. That's y'all lives. Don't forget that y'all run the show. Y'all don't have to treat men that way. Nah, that's stupid to say that ordinary ain't shit. Nah, something that you dealt with wasn't shit. You damaged. Now it's time for you to do the inner work so you can find a good man. Once you do the inner work, trust me, you're gonna find him. You know why? Because your vibrations is gonna be high and you're gonna attract the type of men that you need in your life. You are what you attract. That's a fact.
The most stressed out men are with unsupportive, crabby, nitpicky, demeaning, disrespectful, controlling, critical, emotionally chaotic women.
I only date 6'5" millionaires. I will submit to you and call you Poppy.
Let's go.
Years ago, my husband told me that I was a bare minimum wife and mother. This obviously upset me. I felt like I was doing everything. I was raised by a mother who contracted out raising us, worked full-time, and our coaches, teachers, the heavy lifting of raising us. So as a stay-at-home mom who makes home-cooked meals every night with her children from sun up to sundown, eyes open to eyes closed every single day, what do you mean I'm bare minimum? So I took this very personally because he didn't really elaborate. Started doing all this extra stuff like making butter, making pasta from scratch, doing all this extra stuff. Now I'm in his face like, who's bare minimum now? Who's bare minimum me? It was still me. I was still bare minimum. Because it wasn't my culinary skills that he was talking about. He wasn't looking for handmade pasta. He was looking for a wife and a mother who did her job and did it without an attitude. Saw her children as a blessing rather than a burden. Brought peace and comfort and light to the home. But I was so angry with his honesty that instead of taking a second to consider that maybe I was bare minimum, sis, you can do all the work in the world, but if your attitude is stinking up your home, it's going to be your legacy. That's going to be all that's remembered. And most of the time, the problem is we just need to slow down. Now, this is something that I'm still working on, still working through. And recently, it was something that I needed to be reminded of. Cooking, cleaning, feeding your family is the easy part. But what attitude you do it with is going to be what's remembered. Working way too hard, don't tarnish your legacy. 30 years from now, your children and your husband won't look back and remember that delicious butter. They'll remember overstimulated, touched out mother who aimed the whole time she made the butter, turned her back on her husband at the end of the night because she was so tired from churning her own butter.
Another study that showed they took 150 women and they asked them the attractiveness of a certain man, and then they showed the same man and told the women that the man was taken and had a wedding ring on, and his attractiveness level went from 59% to 90%. 90% of the women thought he was attractive when they knew he was taken. They did the same study in 2012 with men. When men saw that the woman was taken, she was less attractive.
I'm actually curious by how much the attraction decreased when you ask a man, right? Because it might be, well, the man was attracted to a woman when she was single, maybe 90% of the time. But when she was married, maybe 80% of the time.
Y'all told black men that they had to have money to holler at you. That's why they don't want to go to college. College is the long play. College is 4 years, then sometimes an additional 2 or 3, sometimes an additional 5 or 6, depending on what career field you choose. Y'all told black men they got to have money right now. So they're not thinking about 4, 5, 6 years down the road. They want to go make money now. And regardless of what some men will say, there are a lot of men out there in the world that do things to impress women. Women, y'all may not recognize the power that you have, but I am willing to bet my last dollar if we put more emphasis on being attracted to intelligence, being attracted to character, integrity, being attracted to commitment, determination, drive, I'm willing to bet they'll start going to college. I said what I said. Because if you stop and think about it, a lot of the things that we do is to impress the other sex. Now, I know y'all are going to say, I'm decentering men. I hear you. And men, I know you're going to say, I ain't worried about these. I get it. But we all want attention. A lot of us want to be validated. A lot of us want to be chose, be picked. And we will do the things to get us picked. So that might be why they're not going to college. Another idea is, a lot of black men are being raised by single black mothers and they ain't got the money to support their sons through college. So how am I going to get into college when my mama can barely afford to feed me and my siblings? I don't feel like that's even an option. I don't have a lot of role models in my neighborhood that are showing me that I should go to college because they didn't go to college. And then if I do have an uncle, a daddy, or granddaddy that is in my life, sometimes they hit me with, oh boy, just go get a job because real men work. So y'all help me to understand why they would choose college. And now y'all are ragging on trade schools, talking about trades that give you a job. Excuse me? As a hairstylist myself, I make way more money as a hairstylist than a lot of y'all college graduates. And from what I hear, y'all are struggling to find jobs with those college degrees. So let's not poop on trades, please. Okay, thank you.
You will either babysit a broke man or miss a rich one. No man who is bringing home the bacon and can buy you the house you want and can buy you the car you want and can clothe you the way you want to be clothed has enough time to eat lunch with you every day. So either you're going to have a man who's at home with you all day so you can know where he's at all times and he can't contribute, or you're going to have one who knows how to slay giants, but you ain't going to find both of them in one. Any man who got as much time as you want him to have ain't going to have as much resources as you need him to have. So you just pick. Do you want a boo or do you want a man? And when that man comes home from cutting that grass, you be at the door talking about, Adam, wherefore art thou, Adam? Remove your fig leaf. If a woman takes care of the house, you can be too tired to cook. He can't never be too tired to protect. But you can have a headache. By the way, the Bible says your body don't belong to you, it belongs to him. So take an Advil.
If you're a man making $50,000 a year doing whatever, you have a female who is under your leadership and she's doing OnlyFans making $100,000 a year, just because she's outperforming you economically does not mean that because she's the breadwinner, she gets to become the leader.
It also doesn't mean that she must be submissive to you.
The reason that you must be submissive is because everyone has their roles and the roles don't come out of thin air. The roles come directly out of biology. If I was there right now, I could make you submit. You ain't even got to take the option. I'll make you submit. And here's the difference. You can never flip the script and make me submit. You are designed weaker. You shall be dominated. And when you're unruly the way you are right now,
you believe that.
That's why you will never get a man who is a high earner, because he doesn't want to deal with an unruly woman. And I say this because I love you and I want the best for you. And you're a good looking woman. You can achieve so much, but that mouth ain't good looking. When you think that you can compete with a man and not submit, you might as well get into a relationship with a woman, because that's the only being that's going to put up with the bullshit.
Not all women, but a lot of women don't understand tone and they don't understand timing. Your tone when you're trying to get your point across, or when you're trying to get something that you need from your man, your tone matters. When you approach your man with an aggressive, argumentative, a frustrated tone. Also, when you don't even use your words, the tone of your body language, your facial expressions, and your gestures, all of that matters. And when a man believes that you are being combative and confrontational, that is going to put them in a position that is harder to receive what you have to say. And my question to you is, do you want your man to hear you and to meet your need? And if the answer is yes, then your tone matters. Even if you do inventory of the disagreements and arguments that you have had with your partner, how many times have you given it to him in an argumentative or combative way and you got what you needed? Probably not too many. The second thing is timing. If that man just had a long day at work, you don't approach him with an issue or a problem soon as he walked through the door. Give that man an opportunity to decompress. Why do you think that most times when a man pull up to the house that he sits outside before he comes into the house? Why do you think that a man may sit at work for a little bit even after his shift is over before he decides to come home? Because he knows that once he gets home, he has to go straight from work mode into husband mode, or straight from work mode into boyfriend mode, or straight from work mode into fatherhood mode. And so before he transitions from one place to the next, he needs the opportunity to decompress and to leave work at work or leave work in the car so he can come in and be attentive to you or you and the children, so that way you guys' needs can be met as well. And so once some of you women understand tone and timing in situations where you may need your needs met or you have an issue, you are more likely to get what you want from your man versus a argument, a disagreement, or disconnection.
An uncomfortable truth is all women are not ready to be led. I don't care how much you love her. I don't care how fine she is, how thick she is, how long y'all been together, how much you care about her, how much you want to lead her. If she not ready to be led, you ain't gonna lead shit. If you offer guidance to her and she thinks it's control, she not ready to be led. If she rejects your feedback, even though it's constructive criticism, she's not ready to be led. If she thinks compromising for something is losing, she's not ready to be led. If she ignores direction, guess what? She's not ready to be led. If she's not willing to change or evolve, she's not ready to be led. And that's okay, because sometimes it takes people a little bit longer to figure out what they want and what they don't want. And maybe she never wants to be led, but then it's up to you, baby, to decide if that's the woman for you or not.
Things you're going to have to start doing if you marry a Hispanic man. You're going to have to cook all your food and serve him. Breakfast and dinner is a bare minimum. I made breakfast burritos. It's simple, but at least it's homemade and easy. Here you go, my loves. You have to make the bed every morning. It's the bare minimum. Make your bed when you get up. I have to mop the house at least once a week. This is something that I thought he wasn't that serious about, but he wants the house mopped, especially because I have a dog. The laundry? It's my dog. He ain't doing no laundry. And that's pretty standard. Most Hispanic men want the house cleaned and a warm meal when they come home. Also, I do work, so it's just something I have to get used to, and I do it because I love him, honestly. You see that pool back there? He set it up for me, but he said I have to take care of it if I want it, so that's another rule he has for me. But it's okay that he has all these rules for me, or expectations, because I do love him, and in exchange, he pretty much builds me anything I want and takes care of the cars, and he also takes care of the yard. He hung the swing for me. Like I said, he put that pool together, built this porch, so I guess it's 50-50.
So basically, you got that man working hard, doing hard, laborious stuff around the house.
This is my petition to bring back manly men.
Oh, manly men are in demand again, are they? Let me guess. Someone must have needed something.
Just tell me why I was at the airport yesterday and I asked two grown men to help me put fucking suitcase up in the overhead bin.
Yep, called it. Because the only time that some of those strong, independent women seem to want manly men around is when they find out they can't do something all by themselves.
They both said no. One of them was like, if you can't put it up yourself, go check it at the gate.
I feel that's a perfectly valid response. After all, if a woman can't handle her own baggage, why should she try to hand it off to a man to deal with?
I was like, jaw dropped because what's your issue?
There's no issue. They've probably just been listening to what a lot of women out there have been saying, that they don't need or want men for anything.
If I could, I would, but I just can't. I'm 5 feet tall. I literally weigh 90 pounds, and you think I can barely reach up there. What's your issue? Hello? I don't, what?
Maybe, just maybe, a person should have taken a little more responsibility for their own actions, not taken on more than they're physically capable of handling themselves, and then expect others, specifically men, to do the work for them.
Gentlemen, here are the signs of a woman that will destroy your peace. She sees submission as weakness and leadership as control. She wants husband benefits without wife responsibilities. She wears excessive makeup and shows her body online for strangers. She preaches independence while expecting you to carry everything. She competes with you instead of completing you. Marriage isn't a battlefield. It's a healthy connection with roles and respect. A woman who fights your leadership will never value your presence. So choose wisely, or there may never be peace in your home.
You know who you should really marry? You should marry the guy that says, let's dial back our spending now, and here's why it's the best financial decision you'll ever make. And I know you're pissed because you want to do shit now. You want to keep up with the Joneses. You want the next big car, nice thing, big purchase. But early saving turns into millionaires. Not in a week, not in a month, not in a year, but 5, 10 years, you will be thanking me. Trust me. That, like, let's save instead of splurge mindset, that's what sets people up for real wealth. Take it from me. Also, it's not about looking cheap either. It's about the difference between looking rich and actually getting rich. Okay? Because yes, there's a big difference. The $500 dinners every weekend, the new car every 2 years, the constant vacations. Yes, that's all fun. But the real luxury, please hear me when I say this, is the guy that knows that long-term saving money compounds. Okay. And so when you add that up year and year and year and year and year, that's what a down payment on your dream home, a down payment on a business investment, financial freedom, how I'm actually able to sit here in the middle of a weekday at 11:21 a.m. making this video because I don't have to work. It's because we were both on the same page 10 years ago. And now we're living a life that everyone else is out here trying to fake. You can spot it from a mile away.
The best piece of advice I could probably give you as a married woman is to shut up. And I bet you like, girl, what is that? Take your 2 lips, that bottom lip and that top lip, and put it together. And as I tell my daughter sometimes, that biggest hole that's in the front of your face, close it as tight as you can. Even if you better work on that, because that is going to destroy your marriage. And you know I have Bible right here to back it up. We're coming straight out of Proverbs 21:9. Better to live on a corner of the roof than to share a house with a quarrelsome wife. The corner of a roof. I got another one. Proverbs 21:23. Those who guard their mouths and tongues keep themselves from calamity. Keep themselves from calamity. By simply guarding your tongue. I understand your husband might be wrong as 2 left shoes. But you, my friend, are in the way of him learning that. And one more for you for the road. Better to live in a desert than a quarrelsome and nagging wife. You are running that man away by nagging him to death. I challenge you right here, right now, to not say nothing the next time he is wrong. To not say nothing the next time you see he's putting the dishwasher detergent in the washer wrong. Or not bathing your kid the right way like you would do it. Or wiping the counter off like you would. Don't even come behind him and wipe it in front of him. Wait till he leaves if you gotta do it that bad. But I'm telling you from experience, you're destroying your marriage, friend. All right, bye.
Well, you having the Bible right there doesn't really matter to a lot of these women because they don't follow it anyway. With the advent of ChatGPT, really honestly with Google, they really didn't need ChatGPT. ChatGPT just allows them to give reasoning to their bad behavior, right? And so now where you get Google, well, these are the scriptures that support what I wanted to do in the first place. Now ChatGPT can give you a reasoning as to why you were going to do that. And so you take that and you put him against the man, and the man is like, we're supposed to be on the same team. Nope, I'm going to keep on running my mouth until you get me. I do get you. That's why I'm trying to make changes and modify, and I'm bringing this plan to you to see what you think about it. Well, it ain't up to code for me. It ain't up to standard. And if you keep this up, then this marriage is going to have to be dissolved. And whatever scripture they can find, they're going to use that. Even if they twist it and put it out of context. And even when they don't find the scripture, they have friends. Some of these modern women will go and get the pastor on you. They will go into the pastor's office, boo-hoo and crying, and really make the pastor feel sorry for them. Pastor will bring you in and be like, man, what are you doing? Why are you doing X, Y, and Z? And you're like, pastor, she's been doing X, Y, and Z for this long. And it takes a while for even the pastor, because women can be so convincing to say, wait a minute, what's going on here? So you said this has been going on for how long? 5-10 years? Oh, so actually you have the problem over here, and you came in my office crying. Oh, but pastor, you know what? I knew God was moving me. I knew it was a season and time for me to get up out of here. I'm going to the church across town. And you go to the church across town, or wherever you don't go to church at all. You go church across town, and they gonna tell you the same thing. But a lot of times, they don't even move when they get to the church across town. And what I mean by that, when I say that, is they go in there, they sit down, and they be quiet. If somebody say we're having a ladies thing, they go in there, put their best face on, get in there and go home. They don't do all of that nonsense, all that over talking, all of that popping off at the mouth when they get over to the church across town. Because they know good and well, yeah, they might not take my stuff here. I decided I was going to leave my social circle, and now, I really don't got anybody to support me. So I got to eat this. They don't do that when they get to the job site. They don't do all that running their mouth and talking that they was doing at the house. They don't do that at the job site, because they know. I think I've done a little bit too much.